Hey guys, Libby here. Welcome back to the channel. It's another grocery haul for today. I am just going to show you what I picked up at Aldi and at Woolworths. Just a normal shop. I didn't do anything crazy and adventurous. We do have more use of this kitchen now. Our oven is in place. After 4 long years, we finally have an oven. I'm a little bit hesitant to use it because I have to remember all of the recipes that I had for ovens and things. So some of the stuff that I have organized for this week's meals don't actually include an oven, even though I'm very excited to use it. But I'll show you what I got, walk you through everything that I plan on doing with everything, and just give you a breakdown of the price right at the end like I always do. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Here's everything that I picked up from Aldi and Woolworths this week. Even though I'm looking at it and it's lovely that it can all be laid out, it doesn't really feel like I spent that close to $300. Again, I'm under budget this week, which is great because I do plan on going to Costco either this weekend or next week at some stage. So hopefully, I've saved up enough money to not blow the budget. I'll have to check that right at the end, but I have put it all out here. This is both shops. I've separated right here at the end as the Woolworths, but most of my shopping this week was done at Aldi. I really did not spend much time in Woolworths because I didn't really want to spend a lot. So let's just start right over here and go through it, and then I can pack all of the cold stuff away. Last week I picked up snow peas. They're all gone. We just smashed through them. And since it's the season, we're definitely eating more and more of these fresh vegetables. So I made sure to pick up snow peas. And I also picked up this Caesar roast veggies. I have had this once before. It was amazing. It was delicious. I can throw this in the air fryer really quick. Again, I'm not sure, you can do the oven as well, but for just like a quick thing for me to have for lunch, this is amazing, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I picked up another one this week. I have plans for a stir fry at some stage, so I picked up some pak choy. It was a really nice price, and again, these Cara oranges, they're so good. They're a little bit of a different color, not like the same orange. Really, really sweet, and I snacked on them and just ate them over the sink. They're so good, so I know the kids will want some more. They are a bit more expensive than navel oranges at the moment, but they're really, really delicious. And I saw someone online having them, and I thought, I've got to give them a try, and I would encourage you to do the same. Back here, I have some Granny Smith apples. The green apples are one of my son's favorites, and so since he takes them to school, I like to have them on hand. I also did a whole bunch of stewed apples over the weekend, and we've been chowing down on them, so if I need to make more, I like to have some green apples available for that. We have some baby cucumbers down here. This is just an everyday snacking thing, or I might toss into some salad, cut into strips for dips and things. Just really straightforward, but again, really good price, so I picked it up. Now this chicken franks, this was the marked down. I usually don't buy stuff like this. My kids like the hot dogs with skin on, but I thought I could potentially pop this in the freezer as something really, really quick for my husband to grab out. Just kind of impromptu meal prep in case I'm not feeling it or baby comes early and stuff. So we just have something on hand. That was my thought process. I picked up pork mince. I picked up some last week. We're all out because we used it all. So I just like to have it on hand. Pork mince is just so much cheaper, but because I'm going to Costco, hopefully this week or next week, I just needed to make sure I had just enough to kind of tide me over, and also it's just the best one to go for if I want to make something really quick. Back here I have these 2 ice creams. Now I did buy ice cream last week, but we had birthdays and things this week, so the ice cream is gone, so I like to keep some on hand. We have a bunch of waffle cones that I want to get through too, so bought this Indulge cookies and cream, but I also bought this dark chocolate frozen dessert. So it is dairy free. It was a comparable price, which is great for my husband. So I picked that one up instead of his usual small ones. Over here I have this beef chuck casserole. I'm thinking of making potentially a beef burgundy. I really enjoy it, and I have not made any of that this year. And with the oven now, I can finish it off in the oven, so I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be delicious, so I made sure to pick some up. I also picked up some Kranskis. I really want to make that paella. I had paella. You guys would have seen it in a couple of grocery hauls back. Loved it. But now I have the facilities to make it, so I think that's on the list for tonight. Going back this way, I have some Sun Gold which is our favorite type of kiwi fruit. The golden one's delicious, so I like to keep that on hand. Brussels sprouts, versatile, delicious. I eat them constantly, so need to make sure I keep up with them for the season. 2 things of strawberries. You guys know that I eat so many strawberries. Not just me, but my kids. We go through a bunch. These will probably be gone in a couple of days, and they smell really good too, so hoping they'll be lovely and sweet. I did pick up some cabanossi. It's not something I often do, but great for a snack plate for the boys, or if we do some pizzas, rather than doing salami, I might just shove some cabanossi on it. I also picked up a chicken, which I usually will pick up chicken if it's marked down at Woolworths, but I couldn't guarantee it because I came later in the day that there would actually be one. And I also thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy a nice chicken, and then I want to cook this one up and have 2 dinners, so shredded and stuff, so that it will be used for multiple meals, which would be great. Over here too, I bought this big butternut pumpkin. I don't usually buy pumpkin. It's not something that my kids necessarily enjoy savory, but I made these amazing pumpkin bars. I'm actually going to make them again this week now that I have an oven that's working great, and I needed a pumpkin. I prefer to roast my pumpkin myself, and butternut's just really versatile. Back here, I bought a bunch of spices. We've been going through our pantry to put everything together, and I realized that there was a couple things I was out of. So onion powder was one of them. I needed some ground garlic, and I also ran out of my Italian seasoning because I made my own pasta sauce this week. So definitely needed to stock up on those. Just a big thing of full cream milk. We were out. These European style baby cucumbers. I like to make pickles, but my kids cannot get enough of these small snacking ones. They ate a whole jar for dinner during the week. I was not prepared for it. I thought they'd only need a couple of them, but they smashed the whole one. So I picked up 2, keep myself well stocked. Back here I have some red wine vinegar. Now that we have the stovetop again, I'm going to make some pickled onions, and red wine vinegar is just the best to do with it. So picked up some of that. Realized I didn't have any olive oil. I've got plenty of avocado, but no olive oil, so I picked up just 1. That will tie us over until I get to Costco. Simple conditioner. For some reason, I went through my stash. I have about 4 bottles of shampoo and no conditioner, so picked up this big one. Hopefully that will get me through everything. My hair's so long, I really get through a lot of this stuff real quick, but I'm not really fussed. I've never had any problems with the Aldi brand. I just haven't really bought it recently. Picked up baked beans. We were completely out. Again, went through the pantry and I was like, what? We always have baked beans. They are a staple for breakfast or a quick dinner, so I like to keep them on hand. This one here is a special buy. I don't usually buy this now. You might have seen it actually in a previous one, this cookie butter, because I get them from Woolworths, but they're so much more expensive, and they were on for their special buys at Aldi, much better price. So I picked up just a smooth one. I picked up this crunchy one because yum, and then I picked up this hazelnut and vanilla spread. This is kind of a super fun one that doesn't go to school because it's got hazelnuts in it, but it's definitely something that the boys, I can imagine, like having some fun sandwich snacks and things, especially during the weekend when it's been really rainy recently, so we're trying to keep things fun and interesting. And also I wondered if I could do some like cooking or something with it. I don't know. But special buy, something I do not pick up on the everyday. Down here is the chicken crinkles. I bought a pack of this last week, full intention to break it apart so that the kids could have a couple. My husband and my boys got into it before I got to it, and they demolished it, so definitely a favorite around here that I have to keep stock. This was another special buy. This was kind of just a fun treat thing that I picked up, which I really shouldn't be doing as many treats as I do, but pregnancy brain was like, you need this, so I did pick this up. Baking bits, because I can bake. I haven't bought chocolate chips in so long, and my son really wants to make cookies together tomorrow, so I was like, yes, let's get some chocolate chips. We can bake cookies. It's going to be amazing. So I picked up just a small container. Depending, I might go to Costco and pick some up. I really haven't done a lot of chocolate chip cooking in quite some time, a couple of years actually, so not sure if I need a whole container. I'll see if I've got enough containers to put extra away, but I picked up just a small one from Aldi in the meantime. Over here, some fudge muffin bars. I did mention earlier that I bought some and that I was going to take like a couple of weeks, but between the 2 boys who've had them, we are all out of them. So again, I just put it in my stash for recess or snacks on the go, and they're perfect for that. These animal shapes are the exact same. So these two things, they are treat things. I mean, I don't mind my son taking this to school so much, but it is stuff that's really easy to just grab on the go for going out. And we have gone out a little bit more, so I like to make sure that I am stocked on it. I picked up some wholemeal flour. I somehow got some sourdough wholemeal muffins, English muffins from Woolworths. They were so good, and I was like, I should be cooking with wholemeal now that I have an oven. So I only picked up one bag of it. And I plan on using this for a couple of recipes, just like mixing it with flour, just the normal white flour. So I'm not fully in the wholemeal, like I cook everything with wholemeal, but like some of my pizza dough, I like to do like a 20 to 80% ratio of 20 wholemeal and then 80 of white flour. And I just think it gives it a really nice taste and texture. Over here's our arborio rice. I want to make that paella, so I picked up some arborio. I also have a lot of dried mushrooms like porcini and morels that I would really like to do mushroom risotto, and arborio rice is the rice to use. Over here I have some hot dogs with skin on. This will be dinner probably tomorrow because I've got a bunch of appointments that I need to go to tomorrow late, and rather than trying to fiddle around with dinner, we're just gonna have something quick and simple, so needed hot dog rolls to go with it. And those hot dogs are my favorite, or my kids' favorite, so even though I bought the chicken ones, those will go in the freezer, and the normal skin-on ones will be enjoyed tomorrow night. Back here is these Turkish rolls. I bought them last week, full intending to make them into garlic bread, but we started eating them. We made some steak, had some melted cheese on it with mayonnaise, put it on the toasted sandwich press, and they were incredible. My boys could not stop eating it, so I needed to stock up again, and hopefully they'll still want it this week. Down here is just some strawberry milk. I don't let my son usually take this to school, but if he does like a lunch order, I usually will buy the milk, and I realize that's so expensive. Why don't I just slip one of these in, and then he can have like a special hot thing from the canteen, and I don't have to be spending so much money. So I picked up one of these. Again, fun treat on the go. Down here are some cage eggs. Straightforward. I will go to Costco, but most likely we will get through these eggs, especially since I plan on doing a bit of baking. And you guys know we just constantly are eating eggs and stuff for breakfast, so need to make sure I keep stock until my chickens start laying again. The weather's starting to warm up, so fingers crossed it shouldn't be too long. The final thing I picked up from Aldi was these large white wraps. I picked up a garlic one a couple of weeks ago, and I really like it. It's really yum, but my kids hate it. They hate the smell, they hate the taste, so they requested some large white wraps. I'm happy to do it because I do it for sandwiches during school, or if we have like extra meat during the week, I can make a quick wrap. I just feel like I always need them. I'm going to learn how to make them, but you know, slow steps because I am still very pregnant. So that might be everything from Aldi, but this last one, actually not everything from Aldi, I've just realized. I have this last one, fun faves of some of the different chip packs. So I will use them during school. It'll be great. Again, just something I can grab and run. So easy. So I feel like a lot of these easy snacks that I've got are going to probably disappear from my grocery cooking, from my grocery haul, just because I'm going to start cooking more. But I also have to remember that I have limits. And even though I would love to be able to make all of my own food right now, it's just not in the cards when I'm this pregnant. Starting over here, I have this hand wash refill. Now, we needed to get some more hand wash. We were completely out for the bathroom. Fresh juniper berry and mint just sounded amazing. I actually have a really nice container that I use, like a mason jar pump. So I don't actually need a proper pump container to do all of my hand wash. So this refill thing just works perfect for that. Back here was a half price special. Oh, also, this was 30% off, I think, so didn't pay full price because I wasn't planning on it. Back here is a half price special, this Nesquik. Something that we can just throw together. It's got no dairy in it too. Great for a weekend treat because I really don't do a lot of this stuff during the week. Back here, just 2 soy milks. They are the usual. Got to keep stock of them. This was a half price as well, this Crackle Rice Puff Bars. I actually really like Carmen's. It's delicious and it's yum. And so I tend to pick them up when I see them half price because my kids really enjoy them too. Down here, again, half price, these raspberry sherbet fizz don't have as much sugar. They still have some sugar, let's be honest, but they're really delicious, and so they'll probably end up in the hospital bag or just nappy bag, just somewhere. So we'll keep them close by, but my husband can have them too as a good treat. Now these thick and creamies, these are half price as well. I'm pretty sure that they're not the best price per unit, but they're so easy and they're already in these little containers for my kids. So I got honey, field strawberry, and this is another favorite of theirs, the Australian berries. So it's got a bunch in there and it looks really cool too. So these will be for the kids. This is their preferred type of yogurt. They're not enjoying the pouches anymore that I used to pick up. So either I'll make the pouches myself with yogurt I know they'll eat, or I'll pick these up when these are half price. Over the weekend I made some stewed apples and they've been so delicious. I just shoved some cinnamon in there, a little lemon juice and water, like no added sugar, and we've been eating them with oatmeal. So I needed to get my quick oats so that we can just continue making it in the microwave for now. It's just easier during the week to throw it in the microwave versus me over the stove. And I've got to learn the stove, so until then I've just got these quick oats. I think they'll just be great. Down here I have these bars. I buy these all the time. These are half price for my husband. I get 2 of each of them, so the chopped cherry, the mint crisp, and the salted caramel. All dairy free, all something that he can enjoy, and again, they'll probably slip and find their way into the hospital bag for either of us while we're there. Avocados are just a staple. We have them for breakfast all the time, and I like the Odd Bunch ones. I just think they're fine. There's no real difference. Some of them are soft and probably ready to use, while this one's probably got a little bit more time. So I really like that. I make sure I find a bunch that actually does not need to be eaten all at the same time. We are all about Cosmic Crisp over here. They didn't actually have a heap. I'm wondering if that's because I came later in the day and they'd already been gone through, but I only picked up 4 of them. But I showed some other fruit, like I've got the strawberries and the other apples, the kiwi fruit, so we're doing pretty good for fruit. Blood oranges, I just thought these would look really cool. They're really tasty. But also, I have a dehydrator, and I'd like to dehydrate a couple because I just think they look really, really nice. And so I'm going to give that a go sometime this week, and it's going to look really, really cool. But I also think my kids will get a kick out of having blood oranges, which I've got 2 boys. The thought of that just will probably make them really excited. So we'll give them and the car a taste test to see which ones they like the best. That's everything that I've picked up this week, which is nice. I'm actually going to go and put a couple of things into the freezer that desperately need to go in there, and also the fridge. And then we will go through how much everything cost for this week. That's everything for the grocery haul today. On screen, I'll put up how much I spent at Aldi, then how much I ended up spending at Woolworths, and again, the final total, which will be under $300, which is great. Anything extra just goes straight to my Costco fund, and since I plan on doing that very soon, I'm probably going to add a little bit more money for future into that Costco fund because I'm planning on doing a lot of meal prep and stuff, but I will show you guys everything that I do at Costco and walk you through what I plan on it when I end up doing it. So sometime soon, hopefully. Last week I did like a full-on proper meal plan. Did not stick to it, but it was really nice to have a plan in place. And while I have meals that I really want to do this week in place, I haven't really sat down and planned them properly out. So I'm actually going to probably do that. So the videos you saw in that previous video, they were based on that meal plan, and it was so helpful because it was a little bit chaotic last week. It's going to be probably similarly chaotic this week, so I really want to make sure that I have everything cemented just in case I can't do anything. My husband will know what needs to be used up in my fridge. I did my shopping in my fridge and pantry before I actually went shopping today, so I knew what I needed to pick up and what I didn't need to pick up. So that's why there wasn't things like a loaf of bread or bacon or just like ham, stuff like that. I've already made sure that I have everything. So got a little bit of flexibility too, because I don't like to just be stuck doing the same thing or stuck doing exactly what I'm being told to do. I kind of like to enjoy experimenting in the kitchen. So we'll see if that happens this week. But, you know, I'm heavily pregnant. Baby's coming anytime soonish. So we are just kind of trucking along, and hopefully this will be enough to sustain us for the week. I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe. It really does help the channel out, especially if you comment too. If there's anything in particular that you think that I bought that's terrible, or that you think that I bought that's amazing, or you have questions about why I buy certain things, or just what I do with certain things, I'd love to hear that too. But super appreciate you guys watching this, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.